I'm assembling our flagship stabilizer unit called the Global Tuner Pro. It comprises a bell brass base, and I think bell brass really adds a lot to the sound of it. And then we have our secondary spring holder and the contact pins, and these are HD springs. The HD springs are used for the drop tuner on the 6th string. So if this 6th string guitar had the drop tuner on it, like this, we need a slightly stronger spring to hold that at the initial position, so when you drop the pitch from E to D, it doesn't tilt forward more than a couple cents. We use these on the 6th and hit the same specification for a 7th string. We also have the UX spring that has a drop tuner for the 7th string. So that's our medium weight spring that creates the pretension for stabilizing the trem. Each of these come with adjustable housings, and by how deep you put this in, it adjusts the strength of the pretension. You have a little light washer in there to help make sure everything runs smoothly. And this is our OEM predetermined box system, so that pins are smooth and have a nice full contact. The one thing a lot of people don't know about these is the reason we have all this threading is that you can manually adjust how much pretension. So the more you thread this in, the more firmly that will resist. So this is pretty light, or a 7th string, but if you go like this, you're cranking the tension up and it's far more firm. So these are fully adjustable for scale length, string tension, string gauge. We really like that. No one really talks about it, but they're very tunable. And you can take some time to speak about the way it hits your body. If it's really light, you can get an upper harmonic. If it's heavier, it's very firm. If there's a medium, you get more flutters. And it changes things. So this is a very tunable aspect of what we're doing. They simply go in here, and we had a thumb wheel. The Global Tuner has to hold a lot of tension on it, so we try to use every possibility to make it easier for everybody to accomplish. So we use a very, very nice grease on this, like we use on the macro tuners. And normally you want to set it up with a 30 thousandths, and you can probably go up to 80 thousandths on this, or 90 thousandths, and lock it or unlock it. It's unimportant, because the springs, the way this works is as a design, these perform rails that these grooves set in. So when you have it on your guitar like this, as it turns out, by luck, the springs pull this upward into the rails, making it a very simple and elegant situation that's very consistent. The strings hold it in position, so even if you have a gap like this and it's unlocked, and you want it locked so you can get to it whenever you want, the springs will hold it in position. So no matter how much tremolo action you have on it, the bearing of the spring tension upon these rails hold it in position. Then whenever you need it, you can crank your tremolo arm forward, tilt it to reduce the spring tension, and dial it in the tuning of your instrument.